Good morning. This is Arun, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Application, Islamic College Autonomous, Vanembadi. Today we are going to see about the complements and fixed point representation and floating point representation in computer organization and architecture. So first of all, we will see what is in complements. Then we will see one by one. Complements are used in digital computers in order to simplify the subtraction operation and for logical manipulation. So you know that subtraction is a arithmetic operation and logical manipulations such as that complements and or not. So these are the things comes in logical manipulation. For each radix or system, radix R represents the base number of a system. There are two types of complement. Base number, radix means it's a base number. It represents R represents the base number. There are two types of complements. We will see that one by one. What are those two types of complements? Before that, we will see here radix complement. That is the radix complement is referred to as the R's complement. Diminished radix complement. The diminished radix complement is referred to as the R minus 1 complement. Okay, this is radix and this is diminished. Radix complement means R's complement. Diminished radix complement means R minus 1 complement. Okay. I have already said that there are two types of complement. So now we will see binary system complements. So as the binary system has the base R2, because why we call it as base R2, it has only two things, one is 0 and another one is 1, that is why base is 2. So the two types of complements for binary numbers are 2's complement and 1's complement. These are the two types of complement, 2's complement and 1's complement. First we will see the 1's complement, how 1's complement is performed. The 1's complement of a number is found by changing all the 1's to 0's and all 0's to 1's. This is called as taking complements or 1's complement. That is, if there is 1, that is to be changed to 0. If there is 0, that is changed to be 1. That you call it as 1's complement. We will see one simple example for that. See here, this is the given binary number. So see, I have said that 1 will be changed to 0 and 0 will be changed to 1. That you call it as 1's complement. See here, 1 is changed to 0, 0 is changed to 1, 1 is changed to 0, 0 is changed to 1, 1 is changed to 0. This is what 1's complement. That is, 1 will be changed to 0 and 0 will be changed to 1. Now we will see the 2's complement. 2's complement of a binary number is obtained by adding 1 to the least significant bit of the 1's complement of the number. So 2's complement is equal to 1's complement plus 1. Here we have to first perform the 1's complement. In the least significant bit you have to add plus 1. Then that will give you the 2's complement. We will see one simple example for that 2's complement. See here, this is the given number. Then we are performing 1's complement. See here, 1 is complemented to 1 is changed to 0, 0 is changed to 1, 1 is changed to 0, 0 is changed to 1, 1 is changed to 0. So this is the given complement. First we have to perform 1's complement. Then you have to add the 1 in the least significant bit. See now, 0 plus 1 is 1. Other digits are same. 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1 and 0 and 0. These digits are same. But this is the least significant bit that is added to the 1's complement. So 0 plus 1, 1. Okay, this is the simple example for 2's complement. Now we will see the various types of representation. I have already said that we are going to see the complements as well as the representation, that is floating point and fixed point representation. See here, there are various types of number representation techniques for digital number system, number representation. For example, binary numbers system, octal number system, decimal number system, and hexadecimal number system, etc. These and all we have already seen in the before presentation. But binary number system is the most relevant and popular for representing number in the digital computer system, because computer understands only zeros and ones. See here how we are going to store the real numbers. See, unsigned integer, integer, signed integer, that is sign and integer. So the leftmost part will be the indicates the sign, whether it is a negative or positive. If it is positive, in the sign part you will be having the 0. If it is negative, you will be having the 1. See here, unsigned fixed point, unsigned fixed point, that is there is no sign, integer and the fraction part only. Signed fixed point, that is you have to specify whether it is a 0 or 1. 0 means positive, 1 means negative, so integer and fraction. Floating point, sign, exponent, sign and mantissa. So this is for fixed point representation and this is for floating point representation. We will see this in detail later. Variable length, that is size and digits. Unsigned irrational, numerator, denominator. Signed irrational, that is signed, numerator and denominator. This is how we are going to store the real numbers. Now we will see what is fixed point and floating point notation. There are two major approaches to store real numbers, that is with fractional component in modern computer. That is, one is fixed point notation and another one is floating point notation. First we will see what is fixed point notation. In fixed point notation, there are a fixed number of digits after the decimal point. So after the decimal point there will be a fixed number of digits, for example 3, 4, 1, anything. Whereas the floating point number allows for varying number of digits after the decimal point. That is the key difference between the fixed point and the floating point representation. That is, in the fixed point after the decimal point there is a limit, this much of digit only should have, but in the floating point representation there is no limits. We will see the examples, then you will be understand clearly. First we will see the fixed point representation. This representation has fixed number of bits for integer part and fractional part. I have already said there is a limit in the fixed point representation. For example, if given fixed point representation is for I point ff, that is, this is the integer part. I represents the integer, this is the decimal. After the decimal it represents the floating point. Then you can store minimum value is, that is this is the integer part and this is the fractional part, and the maximum value is, this is 9.49. so that is this is the minimum value to maximum value. So this is how you can store in the fixed point representation. Now we will see there are three parts of fixed point number representation. One is the sign field, integer field and the fractional field. Okay. See here, for unsigned integer and fraction, for signed fixed point, sign, integer and fraction. We can represent these numbers using signed representation range from minus into 2 power k minus 1 close the bracket minus 1 and 2k minus 1 for k bits. That is, what is the value for k? Based on that it will represent the signed representation. In the case of positive, you don't need to mention a sign, it will automatically take it as a positive. See here, unsigned fixed point, that is for here. For here you don't mention any sign, but for signed, that is for minus, you have to specify the minus symbol. See here, this is for signed representation. One's complement, two's complement, we will see in the later example clearly. See here, representation for both positive and negative numbers. The following 3 steps for representing positive and negative numbers, that is signed magnitude representation, signed one's complement, and signed two's complement. Example, we will take +9 and -9 in 7-bit binary numbers. There is only one way to represent the +9. You know that how to convert this integer into binary. See here, for 9, 0 0 0 1 0 1, that is for positive number. There is only one way to represent like this, but for negative number we have to represent in a 3 way. First is signed magnitude. See here, I have already said this digit is for sign, last digit is for the leftmost bit. Okay, leftmost bit is for sign. This one indicates negative sign. If we see here, here is 0, that is for positive, but see here it is 1 here, so it will be negative. So one's complement means we have to convert the ones to zeros and zeros to ones. See here, 1 is converted to 0, 0 is converted to 1, again 0 is converted to 1, 1 is converted to 0, 0 is converted to 1, 0 is converted to 1, and 1 is converted to, sorry, this is the sign part, it will be not changed. Next, signed two's complement, you have to 1 here, you have to add +1. See here, 1, that is 0 plus 1, other digits are same, 1 1 0 1 1 1. So this is the, for positive representation there is only one representation, but for negative you have to represent in these 3 things. One is signed magnitude representation, signed one's complement, and signed two's complement. Okay, this is how we are representing the fixed point representation. Now we will see the example. See here, this is a 32-bit information, 32-bit. So how it assigns? So this is the fractional part, this is the integer part, and this is the sign bit. So it occupies 16-bit here, the fractional part 16-bit, in the integer part 15-bit, in the sign 1-bit. So totally 32-bit. So see here, where 0 is used to represent plus and 1 is used to represent minus. So here, what is here? 1. So that means it will be the negative number. See here, -43.625. So 625, this is the 625. Okay, this is the integer part, 43 point. Here it will be the point, that is 43.625. This is the minus, this 1 represents the minus. So this is how we are representing in the fixed point representation. Now we will see some of the advantages and the disadvantages. The advantage of using a fixed point representation is performance. That is the performance, main advantage is performance. So we will see the disadvantage. Disadvantage is relatively limited ranges of value that they can present. Only they can represent a limited range. That is the main drawback of fixed point representation. So it is usually inadequate for numerical analysis, as it does not allow enough numbers and accuracy. So there is no accuracy because it is limited. Okay, these are the advantages and the disadvantages of fixed point representation. Now we will see the floating point representation. Okay, I have already said that in the fixed point representation there is a limitation, but in the case of floating point representation there is no limitation. See here, this representation does not reserve a specific number of bits for integer part or the fractional part. That is no fixed. Instead, it reserves a certain number of bits for number called mantissa or significand. It should be D here, it should be not T, significand. and a certain number of bits to say where within that number the decimal place sits, called exponent. So we will see how syntax for this. See here sign bit, here biased form and mantissa. For example, if you take a 32 bit, for example, if we take a 32 bit, here 0 to it will occupy only 1 bit. Here it will be 0 to 22, 0 to 22, that is 23. From 23 to 30, here 31, that is, here it is given n. For example, if it is 32 bit, it will occupy 0 to 22. Here 22, mantissa will occupy 0 to 22. Here it will occupy, in the case of 32 bit I am saying, here from 23 to 31, this is for the sign. Suppose if n is 64 means that will be double the thing. Based on that, see here, suppose number is using 32 bit format, 1 bit is a sign bit, 8 bits for assigned for exponent and 23 bits is for the fractional part. Okay, this is the leading bit one, not stored, as it always 1 for normalized number is referred as a hidden bit. See here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So that means from 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. From here, that is 8 bit. So from 0 to 22, 23 bit is a mantissa part. So 1 bit is a sign part. So 1 means negative, 0 means positive number. Now we will see here, this is the mathematical expression for floating point representation, plus or minus significant into base to the power 10 plus or minus exponent. For this large number can be represented like this. See here 0 0.1 2 3 4 5 6 up to 10 zeros here. So this can be represented 0.5 into 10 to the power minus 10. Okay, here in case of this 5 into 10 zeros, that can be represented as equal to 5 into 10 to the power plus 10. This can be represented like this. So this is the floating point representation. See here, this can be represented like this. In the fixed point you can represent in the limited manner, but here you can represent in the unlimited manner. Okay, thank you.